Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm getting into a whole bunch of new to me beauty. I have makeup, I have skincare. I did an order with Weis, and so we are trying on a whole bunch of new to me makeup. Some of the stuff is still relatively new to the market. I'm gonna quickly do an inventory of what I picked up. The beautiful Tint Weis foundation. This is a new product to the brand. This is a very luxurious clean beauty brand. It is very expensive, but they had a recent 20% off sale. So I finally picked this up because I heard such good things from other YouTubers. So I'll be trying this today. This is not new to Rare Beauty. This is the bronzer stick, and I got the shade Power Boost, which is the, I believe, the lightest one or second to lightest one. And I went to a Sephora yesterday. I tried it out and I just fell in love with the texture. So I'm going to be giving this a whirl. It is not new to the brand, but I think there's also been a lot of positive reviews on this particular bronzer. I also had to pick up a new Dior lip glow oil, one without big chunky glitter pieces. I got the shade Rosewood. Hair care. I really wanted, the main reason I wanted to go to Sephora is to pick up this hair mask. Actually, it's a hair treatment and you leave it in, so it's not really a mask because you don't rinse it out, but I've heard good things from some of you that have subscribed to my channel. You asked me if I've tried this, and I wanted to be able to say I have tried it. So I finally picked it up, and thankfully you can get it in a smaller size to try out for the first time or use it for travel. The largest size is pretty expensive, so we'll see what my first impressions are. If I do end up really liking it, I'll probably pick up the larger one, but I picked up the 15 milliliter. This is the K18 Biomimetic Hair Science Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. It's really just a leave-in product, so trying that today. Also picked up a Scalp Serum. This is from The Ordinary. This is a brand that mostly does skincare, but they do have a couple hair care products. And this is the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. And this is a lightweight hydrating serum for the scalp. And then lastly, I picked up the Kale Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People. I have tried samples from this brand, but I don't think I've ever really picked up a full-size product that comes to mind. So I picked up a new cleanser to use at the boyfriend's place, and this is what I ended up picking up. It comes with a pump. I will just kind of do a first impressions with you. I'm not going to wash my face with you, but I'll tell you what it smells like, what the texture is like, and I'll eventually follow up with more developed thoughts later. But that is what's in my haul today. And guess what? I got most of this stuff in person, except for this I ordered online. But everything else I picked up in store. All right, so let's get started with the makeup first. So if you haven't heard of this brand, Weis, I always pronounced it Kjaer, but it's Kjaer, K-E-E-R. It's kind of how you pronounce it. And then the last name here, the second name is just Weis. So the only other product I have from this brand is their blush, the cream blushes, which are really well loved by lots of people. I think this is the shade Blossoming, one of their top shades. You can see this has been well loved. They do have more chrome packaging, but this is the less expensive kind of red cardboard packaging. I was tempted to pick up more things during the sale, but I really mostly wanted to try this, and I've already tried the blush, so I just wanted to stick with getting the one thing here. And so let's get into trying this. I'm gonna do one side with primer and one without. I have used this a couple times and I have a few thoughts. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna try a different technique in applying. I'm gonna do a brush and sponge method because the first few times I tried it, I used my hands and it was somewhat challenging. So I'm gonna use my Victoria Beckham Cell Rejuvenating Primer on this side of the face. And I do have all my skincare on. This shade F2. I'll go ahead and show you up close swatch of the shade so you guys can see if you guys are cool tone, light skin like me. Now, by looking at the swatch, it looks very neutral, borderline yellow. If I were to pick this up in person, I might pick a different shade, to be honest, but on the skin, it looks not quite as bad, but it's not an exact match. Always a challenge online. They do little quizzes and stuff, but it's kind of a crapshoot. This is the pump here. Let's talk details real quick. This is 1.35 fluid ounces, 40 milliliters. So you get a little bit more product with this tint than a normal foundation. Normal foundations are 30 mils, so you get 10 mils more. This brand is from Denmark, in case you guys are curious. It's a very clean luxury brand, made in Italy. This lasts 12 months. This is a tint. So I don't think I've actually purchased that many straight up tint products. So that may be why I don't quite know how to use it yet. But very simplistic tube packaging here. I'll show you the box real quick. The red is kind of the signature color of this brand. It says this is a refillable makeup system. I'm not quite sure how that works with this product in particular, but I know that the blush is refillable. I think they probably make most of their products refillable. I believe there's no sunscreen in here because there's nothing like that on the outside that says there's sunscreen in here. That's the packaging it came in. This product I got, thankfully, 20% off, normal price $45. So let's get into it. I'm gonna do a pump on my glass palette. And instead of using my hands today, I'm gonna go in with a brush using my Sonia G Classic base. This is a synthetic natural mixture. And I'm gonna go in maybe first with the hands and then use a brush to blend this bad boy in. You can see one pump, you get a lot of product out of it. But depending on how much coverage you want, you may have to, you know, add a little bit more, but we shall see how far this will go. I'm just trying to get enough on the skin on this one side to get going. But there's a few observations I have with using on the skin. You guys can see how yellow that is and how it's not really a match. But yeah, as I blend, I'm gonna talk through my thoughts applying this with my fingers. I think because it's a tint and maybe because it's clean, it doesn't really attach to my skin that easily. I just kind of feel like it slides around, and it just has an incredible amount of slip to it that I've never experienced before. And it just wants to slip off the skin. But this is already looking a lot better using a brush than using my fingers for the most part. I don't know, it just kind of almost gave the vibe that this had a sunscreen in it, but it doesn't. So I was a bit confused of why it was behaving that way on my skin. But I do feel like it does deposit pigments in my pores in an uneven way, and it just kind of attaches to the hair on my face. I think maybe if you're completely hairless, you do microblade where you shave basically your face. Maybe this will lay down better on you. I wouldn't do that because I would for sure break out, but I say for the most part this looks much better than it has when I use my hands. It's still a little bit finicky in my pores though. I feel like I could put on another layer almost. This is a tint, so there's one layer. I mean, you can see the improvement, right? A lot of redness gone, but you can still see lots of skin coming through, blemishes. So I wouldn't say it's like a foundation replacement. It's your skin, but better, but not 100% perfected, as this product tends to rest on top of the skin and not really absorb into the skin that well. Like it just kind of sits there instead of becoming one. But this is the side with the primer. Maybe having a primer, using a brush, kind of help things overall look better. Still a couple tricky spots. So moving on to the next side, I still have some left from my one pump, so I'm going to take it to the other side. So I'm applying a little bit more on this side. Can you guys kind of see what's happening here? This has a hard time sticking to my skin. Anyway, let's see, I can use the brush on this side without the primer, or I can see what a sponge will do. Okay, damp sponge, just gonna press in here, see what this looks like. Interesting. Okay, just applied that side just blended this side with a sponge applied with the finger. I think the brush side looks better. Now maybe it's the primer, maybe it's the brush, maybe it's a combination of both, but the sponge side with no primer, I'm actually not liking how it looks on the cheeks. It looks patchy, it looks like pigment is left behind in my pores in an unflattering way. I think it's just, the problem with this one is it just sits on top. Doesn't really get in there, you know? But this side looks a little bit better. Huh, interesting. So usually sponge is my go-to for most complexion products, whether it's foundation, tint, and moisturizers, light coverage, water fresh, whatever you want to call it, serums. A sponge usually works well, but this one, I'm thinking brush. Interesting. You guys probably can't tell too much of a difference. I mean, this side does look overall more evened out. Still a little bit yellow, but it's not a huge difference, but it's a difference enough. And maybe the sponge just removed product from in an unflattering way. That's also a possibility. I'm going to try to apply a little bit more and blend out with a brush over here, see if things look better, and just kind of help you guys see, like, can you layer this up to get more coverage? I actually wouldn't recommend doing that, but you see how this looks on the skin? It looks so odd. Like, I've never seen a foundation look like that when you apply it. It's almost like an oil tint, if that makes sense. Like, you can kind of see the oil separating from the pigment, and I think that's contributing to how it's attaching to the skin, and maybe it's just not meant for my skin type, or maybe meant for a drier skin type. That could be the issue as well. Just thought of that. Okay, using the same brush on this side, it's almost like the brush is just wiping away product and not blending in. It's hard to tell if that's happening, but that is what it looks like is happening, which is not great. It's not really what we want. We want it to blend in but still provide more coverage. I don't know if I like the extra layer over here that much. It's still looking textured. So maybe it's the primer. I don't know. I can tell I'm going to have to continue to play with this. Maybe it's the primer that really helps. I'm still figuring this one out. I think you guys can tell I'm a little bit puzzled of what's wrong. I don't like that in first impressions of a foundation. I want it to instantly work and be easy and not have to kind of be this experiment where I have to figure out like the best way to use something. I'm not a huge fan of having to do that. Also on the palette here, it dries out. It starts to dry up. Like it doesn't stay wet forever, which is interesting. Maybe that's another contributor to the issues here. Just gonna apply a little bit more just to make things perfect. I don't know what's happening with this tint. It's just, I don't know, acting a little bit weird in ways that I haven't experienced with any foundation before. Using a smaller brush from the Sonia G Fusion series. This is Jumbo Concealer. See if this helps a little bit. But if you guys are really interested in beautiful tints, I would try this, have someone try this on you at a counter, or you swatch it on the back of your hand in person, but like really blend it out to see how it melts with your skin. Does it blend in easily? Does it look right to you on the back of your hand? You could have someone, of course, apply it to your, you know, your face. Looks. But here's a swatch of it. I don't know, when you kind of blend it out, it's not like an even blend when you, it's like kind of patchy. It doesn't stick evenly to the skin. Really hard to demonstrate this, you guys, but I think because there's not like a good medium mixed in here, and maybe because it's clean beauty, it's missing some popular medium in here, like a mixing medium that just makes it attach to the skin in a really funny way, at least on me. So I don't know, I'm not like in love with it straight away, and this is about my third time playing with it. So this side looks a lot better though, so definitely use a primer and a brush to apply this and be patient with it. You may have to try a couple things, but let me know your thoughts on this skin tint. Have you guys picked it up? Are you interested in picking it up? Does it sound like something you would like? Let me know in the comments below. Move on to this Rare Beauty bronzer stick. I think a lot of people like this. I tried this in store and I fell in love with the texture of it right away. It just glides on the back of your hand so effortlessly. It reminds me of the Fenty sticks, but this texture is softer and it glides so easily, so that I just like that experience of it. I don't know how well this color is going to work on me, but when you blend out, it turns into this powder. It's not a creamy, gloopy mess. It's like it almost instantly dries out when you blend it out, so I like that too. This is the Power Boost shade. Alright, so that top shade was the color blended out, and then just the swipe underneath. We're gonna see how this works. A little bit nervous, but here goes nothing. Look how easily that glides on. It's like so effortless. You don't have to get your fingers dirty. I'll try mixing this in with my fingers and then a brush. See how this goes. But look at that powder. Ooh, I probably applied too much, but ooh. That blends out like a dream. Wow, that is really nice and natural. That is not a bad shade, at least with this yellow tone foundation. It's not bad. I'm just gonna use the foundation brush that I used earlier and blend this out with that. It's nice too. I'm not mad at it. Okay. That's also really natural looking. Either way, fingers or the brush, not bad. I'm gonna put this on the forehead because I have a big one and I want to sculpt a little bit. Yeah, this is I don't know that everyone knows about the hype on this product or how popular or good it is, but it is good. The hype is real. Like, I can already tell that I'm going to be using this quite a bit as a travel on the go cream bronzer. I wish I picked this up earlier. I've only tried very few things from Rare Beauty, so, and I didn't really love the products that I tried, but this I can get on board with. I can get on board with this product. So far, that is pretty. I mean, just a very subtle glow. I'm sure some of you are like, where's the color? But in person, it's there. It's natural. It's a good tone for my fair skin. So this is a yes for me. I'm gonna use this Kjaer Weis cream blush in Blossoming. This is such a pretty color, and the texture of these is some of the best cream blush textures out there, and especially something that's not liquid, like an actual cream. I think a lot of people, this might be their top selling product, I don't know, but it's really good. Especially Clean Beauty. It's pigmented, the texture is nice, the packaging's nice, like it ticks all the boxes and it's clean, so I like that about it. The box packaging of the bronzer I forgot to show you. So this is the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick, and this is the shade Power Boost, and this is 0.25 ounces, 7 grams of product, and this lasts 12 months. This is the mistake-proof bronzer in a convenient stick formula that melts seamlessly into skin for natural looking warmth and dimension. So this is the last one of the shade that I got at the store. This guy, the packaging came dirty, like so I was like, whatever, I'm gonna pick it up. It doesn't look open, didn't look used. So all right, let's get into this lip glow oil from Dior. If you don't know about this product from Dior, I think it's one of their best products. It's always sold out. They have a few shades. This is the box packaging. It has this classic kind of CD luxury lip gloss packaging. It's bougie, it's special, but the texture and the little applicator is just amazing. So this is number 12, Rosewood. There is a few shades left in the store, but not a lot, but more than honestly I've seen online in a long time. This guy I picked up because I thought it would be kind of a popsicle-y flattering shade, but overall it's very sheer. It's almost clear. It doesn't honestly show up too much on my lips, but it's a pretty natural, good feeling lip product. It's like your lips but better and shinier. So I'm gonna apply this. See, here's the applicator. It's huge, it's jumbo, it's really soft, really cushy. It's a nice, doesn't poke or hurt your lips. It's a really nice applicator, and I like this color. So that is, it looks pretty much like a clear gloss. I'll go ahead. So that's what it looks like on the lips. It feels good. I don't know the scent in here. Almost minty, but not. So this is what it looks like. my lips, but better. It feels good, it smells good, the texture, it feels nourishing. It's a lip gloss, so it doesn't last forever, but it does have cherry oil in it. If you are allergic to cherry oil, I wouldn't get this. It's in all of the lip glow oils. There's also like offshoots of this. There's more of a balmy version. There's more of a, I believe, like a plumping version. So pay attention to which one you get because they are slightly different. But I like the lip glow oils, but these are very expensive. And let's talk about how much you get in here. Here's the box packaging. There is 6 mils, 0.2 fluid ounces. It's a little chubby guy. It's a little nourishing, glossy lip oil. It's cherry oil infused. It says wear alone as a primer or as a top coat for dazzling shine. More beautiful lips, even bare after 5 days of application. So a couple promises here. With now a must-have for makeup artist, Dior Addict Lip Glow is available. It's a glossy lip oil that deeply protects and enhances the lips, lastingly bringing out their natural color. With Color Reviver technology, Dior Addict Lip Glow Oil reacts directly with the moisture level in each woman's lips for custom color. Okay, so gonna look different on everybody. It's non-sticky, non-greasy oil texture, combines the mere shine of a gloss with the comfort of intense lip care. Enriched with cherry oil, creates a protective film against and stress factors and drying. It saturates the lips with nutrients and revitalizes the lips with an immediate and lasting effect. So I'm just gonna argue that it's more expensive because not only is it a makeup product from Dior, it's also nourishing. I'm gonna go with that. And the other one I have of this, and probably the reason why I got another one, I have number 10 Hollow Pink. I like the texture of this, but I ordered it online and didn't realize how glittery it is. It does say hollow pink, but these are big glitter chunks, which I didn't really want, but I still wear it. It's just, you know, not rapidly being used up. I have a feeling I'll use this a lot more often, but this one is also just really pretty as a topper. It has a little bit of extra with the sparkle. The only thing another thing I don't like about the sparkle is when the shine is gone, the glitter still remains on your lip, so then you have this dry lip with just glitter on it and not really any color. It's a little bit strange. I'll just put on a little bit here so you guys can see some of that sparkle. When your lips are wet, the glitter is more subtle. You know, it's just a little something extra, but when it dries down, that's when you really see the glitter. So I'm not a super fan of that, but the texture, the smell, they're pretty much the same when without glitter. So I bought another one of that. I couldn't resist. They had a pretty color. I picked it up. One of those impulse buys. I didn't really need it. You know, I have tons of lip gloss, but it's the lip glow oil. It's special. You guys know that. All right, let's finally get into the hair stuff. I'm gonna start out with the scalp serum because scalp serums have been all the rage for a while now. This is from The Ordinary. This is a moderately to low price skincare brand, and they have hair care now, and this is not really that new, but I don't know that many people are aware that Ordinary has hair care. This is the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. It's a serum for the scalp. It says shake well before use, massage a few drops to thoroughly clean dry scalp once daily, ideally at bedtime. This formula is a leave-in treatment. Fragrance free. There is an ingredient list on here, but I don't really know what these top ingredients are, so I'm not gonna touch that one. This lasts 12 months. This is 60 mils or 2 fluid ounces, and I believe it was under $15, so not a bad price considering all of these scalp serums out there. They're usually not a lot of product, and they are generally more than this. It says shake well, massage a few drops. You're supposed to leave it in, and this lasts 12 months. So ideally you would wash your hair, put this on a clean scalp. Here's the texture, just so you guys know. It's very runny, it's milky. Okay, so that's gonna run down into your face if you let it. So I'm just putting it on the scalp, and it does kind of provide a little bit of relief. You're gonna put it directly, squeeze this directly onto the scalp. Okay, now if you have a bunch of buildup from dry shampoo, your hair's dirty, I'm not sure what this will do. It'll make the situation worse. But if you don't wash your hair after a while, some people get really oily, some people also get itchy in certain areas. You know, it can be a big storm of unhappiness on the scalp sometimes. Especially if you have like braids or your hair's up a lot. You get tension on your scalp and it dries it out. Anyway, I would say first impressions, this does kind of provide some instant moisture and relief, but I have a feeling if you use this pretty often, you're gonna fly through it. I mean, your scalp covers a big area unless, you know, you pretty much have dryness underneath here only, or you have certain spots that you're really concerned about, maybe just around the crown or the front of the head that you have dryness issues. But if you plan to cover your scalp in this, you know, regularly, it's gonna add up. But it feels good. It doesn't feel irritating, at least not so far, but I will have to follow up on this guy. Next little product here is a little fancy one. This is really tiny. So this is a travel trial size, and they have a larger one that's $75. I believe this was around $30 for 15 milliliters and half an ounce of product. This is a little leave-in treatment mask, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. This is from the brand K18, and this is the leave-in molecular repair hair mask, and this is biomimetic hair science. Not sure what that means. And this, I didn't realize K18 is a brand of Aquas, which makes hair towels, like towels for drying your hair. So very interesting. It says hair like new in 4 minutes. Okay, I don't know what magic is in here. It says where biotech meets hair care. K18 is the world's first patented biotech treatment that renews chemically damaged hair from the inside out. In just 4 minutes, strengthen, soften, smooth, and bounce are restored for hair that looks and feels like new. Okay. It says about 18 to 15 treatments per bottle in this size. Okay, which is enough for me to figure out if I like it. If I do like it, I will purchase the other one, the larger one. But we shall see. So it says to use this, you're gonna shampoo, but don't condition, which, why can't we condition? I might try this out once doing it that way, but that sounds terrible. Like if you have curly hair, you know, and blonde, you have to condition your hair. So I don't know if I could replace my conditioner with this. That makes me scared, but that's what the directions say. It says you towel dry your hair, begin with 1 milliliter or 3 pumps, and add more as you need depending on the length, thickness, and condition. Work evenly into the hair from ends to roots. I would need so many pumps to do that. 1 pump at a time. Let sit for 4 minutes to activate. Do not rinse out. Style as usual. So it sounds like you apply this to your wet hair or damp hair after you wash it, and then that's it. Then you can go about styling it. I suppose that will work better than a mask that you leave in for a little while and rinse out. So that's kind of promising. That's kind of all I know about it. I put in a little bit to this hair last night, and I have to say, although I have cut my hair recently and colored it and all that, After I wash my hair, after several days, it usually feels dry. It just dries out. The moisture just kind of escapes. If you have curly hair, you know what I mean. Like your hair, after you don't wash it for several days, just doesn't retain moisture. But my ends feel really good right now. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to demonstrate what it looks like so you guys can see up close. But I will have to update you on how this works. Here is, it's like a white gel silicone-y kind of cream. I don't know if there's silicone, but it just looks like a gel. Okay, that's one pump. So if you have a lot of hair, you're gonna like go through this. Just a warning, you know. But those are 2 pumps there. This is what it looks like a lightweight gel moisturizer almost. And then you just put it, you can literally put it anywhere. Ideally, you're gonna want to put this in damp hair though. It feels so lightweight that I don't think, even if you have thin hair, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. It's not gonna weigh you down or anything like that. It's not oily. It actually smells really good. It has like a light, fresh scent. So that's nice. Doesn't smell like odd chemicals. As I said, I put it into dry hair and I still feel like it made my hair soft. But I will have to try it in damp hair, how you're supposed to use it, and see kind of what it does. I'm sure you're gonna have to, like, you know, keep using it to see the full benefits, but wow, kind of instantly it does make your hair feel softer, like right away. So that's nice, that's promising. And that was only really a few pumps, but I didn't do root to end. But yeah, so I wanted to pick this up. I do like trying new stuff. I was always curious about it, but as more reviews come out that people like it, I'm like, want to try it more. So okay, last product from this haul, I picked up a new cleanser. I'm trying so many cleansers lately, but I'm about to be out of my IS Clinical Cleansing Complex cleanser, the gel one that everyone likes, at my boyfriend's house, and so I wanted to get something else to replace it. And I've never really tried this particular product before, but it seems to have been popular for years now. I am behind the times. This is Youth to the People. This is the Kale Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser. And I tried the texture in the store and it just felt like a basic gel. So we shall see if I actually like it. I'm gonna do a little smell for you and I'll show you the texture. It smells very green. So here is a bit of that gel texture. It feels very thick without water. It smells very fresh, like a garden. Very, very good. The whole earthy vibe with this stuff. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what it smells like. Not mint, but something herbally. Tomato almost? Like a green leafy. I wouldn't say kale or green tea or even spinach, but something close to that. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse my hands. I'll try to tell you what it's like underwater. Okay, so I rinsed my hands off. I will say this is like a pretty typical gel type of cleanser. As I was rinsing my hands and adding water to it, definitely got more slippery and just easy kind of spread around my hands. But I can't say that it made me feel moisturized or anything like that. And I kind of feel slight dryness to my hands after using it. It does feel like it does clean very well, but I would say just first impressions, like most gel cleansers, this is going to be good for combo to oily skin. If you're more normal to dry or very dry, this is probably going to be too much for you and dry you out. But if you're more prone to congestion and you're combo to oily, this will probably kind of clear things up or help things stay clear. But I wouldn't say this is like an acne prone, like a cleanser specifically for acne prone skin. Some types of acne does need a little bit of moisture. You can't just dry out your skin all the time and expect things to work magically. So I would say this is only going to work for people that really enjoy gels and don't expect a lot of hydration from their cleanser. So interesting. I think the best part about it so far is the smell. I like how fresh it is, and it does come with a pump in case you guys are curious. So they have different sizes. They have a double size of this that you can get refills, I think, for. But this is a sturdy glass bottle. Love the pump. You guys know me, and here is the box packaging. I like the aesthetic of this brand. I don't know that people have been talking about it much, but because it's not new anymore. But that's it for my haul. I'm gonna give you my final impression, my final thoughts on the makeup, okay? So I put the powder on, and I think the color match might have oxidized a little bit. Like I look even darker, like it looks like even less of a match, and I look more yellow. So that's kind of a bummer with this guy. Not a great match for me, F2. So I might have needed to go with a paler shade. Yeah. Also, I think the powder helped make this look a little smoother. But from what I remember applying this for the last couple of days this transfers really easily, even with powder on top. I felt like it was coming off on my mask and everything just super easy, which I don't really love, but it is a tint. Maybe that's just the nature of most tints out there, but I don't know. I'm not like super happy with it like I thought I would be, but maybe it's just not designed for my skin type. I'm not really sure, but I will continue to play with it. Perhaps I just need to find the right technique. If you guys have tried this foundation, have any tips for me? If you have combo or oily, or even if you're a little bit dry, tell me what you do. If this works for you because you have dry skin, let me know. I don't know if it's the oils in it or there's just something about the formula that I'm just struggling with. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I was having higher hopes for this guy because I like the blush from this brand quite a bit. Also, I think the bronzer just kills it, just adds a little bit of natural something. I would like to try this with a foundation that matches my skin tone. I think perhaps it would stand out more as a bronzer. I don't know that you guys can see it that well with this neutral toned foundation. I think if I had a cooler tone foundation on, this would maybe look a little bit different. So I'll have to update you on that. And of course, loving the lip glow oil. All right guys, let me know if you have any thoughts on any of these products that I picked up in the comments below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.